Yeah.
I hate being comfortable. So
That's a good trait to have, especially if you want to do
yeah, and it wasn't
what
always
you
like
want to
that.
do.
Like I would say, all throughout high school, I was carrying too much,
Yeah.
way too much about what people thought of the Minecraft server, me making weird videos, caring about what I posted on Instagram or Snapchat, whatever it is. Um, but up until like junior or senior year is when I finally realized, like, why do I care about what other people think? Like, there's 7 billion people in the world, and you're telling me, like, if one person has something bad to say about you, you're going to let that discourage you?
Right.
What about the other 6.9999 billion? Like,
Right.
so, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to, care about what you're doing, but one person shouldn't discourage you. And I think a lot of the time, one person does discourage people, especially when you're in like a big group setting. Like somebody says something and then
Oh, it
everybody
can
else,
kill the vibe,
yeah,
man.
everyone else
Yeah.
hops on the bandwagon with that person for no
Yeah.
reason. They're just like
Sucks.
hopping on for no reason. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, but I think, senior year, I just started to
Care less.
Yeah, it care less in a caring way.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of cocky to say like, oh, I don't care. I don't
Well,
care.
you care less about, I guess, care less about your ego, care more about others. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So, do you think that living with the Team 10 guys helped that? Because Jake and all those guys, like, they have a superpower of like just being themselves no matter what.
Right.
Like, and that's why they're so successful at YouTube. So did their energy kind of rub off on you even when you come home?
For sure. I think I gained a lot of confidence being out there. I would come home and I would feel kind of different. Like I would talk with more enthusiasm. I was just a lot more confident
Yeah.
in my own skin. I don't know if that was a byproduct of just being, I don't know, I don't really even know how to say it. I just came back and I don't know, I just felt like more myself. I felt kind of more cool. I don't know.
Confidence.
Yeah, it was.
I tweeted about this the other day and I kind of fell into it, and I'm wondering if you had a similar experience or if you still might feel that way. But I think a lot of people that move away from their hometown, especially if they're going somewhere like LA, New York, whatever, they all of a sudden have this like anger and like they're upset at their hometown and anybody who would stay there, and like, oh, they're doing nothing, they're still where they grew up. And I really fell into that when I left for like maybe a month.
Like thinking that about.
Yeah, just like thinking that you're better because you left. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I met this director who was from Grand Rapids actually, and he found me and hit me up because I'm from Grand Rapids, and he basically said like, we have to rep the hometown, like it's important to remember where you come from and everything. And then I just got like a huge punch to my ego, like I've been terrible to where I grew up and everything, and there's nothing wrong with anybody living anywhere. So did you ever, I always wonder with people that move to LA as well, did you ever feel weird about Michigan?
Maybe for myself, I felt weird about Michigan, but not because other people still like lived here or still like
Yeah.
enjoy being here,
Well,
or still
yeah.
like,
I
mean,
gotta explain that better.
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But definitely more for myself, not like, and like repping the town is like, it is a big thing. But I would come home probably a lot of the weekends. Like I came home so much.
Yeah,
last
you
year.
actually did. I remember that. Like
Like-
you had that.
Yeah, like a crazy amount of times I would come home because it's weird because a lot of people aren't the same. Like I actually love being around my family like all the time.
Yeah.
Like and a lot of kids don't. They go to college and never come home on the weekends like ever, and they only come home like in the summer, and some just stay home. But yeah, that I always came home, and I don't know if that's like totally answering your question, but
Yeah, I guess what I fell into is I would come home and I would hear people talk about how they don't like their job or they don't like what they're doing.
Mhm.
And my answer
same.
was always like, why are you still here? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then you got to step back and realize that like there's also opportunities here, and like, you know what I mean? I guess,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was a weird personal thing, just the way I felt, because I didn't like our high school, but it wasn't because of the place or the people. It was just being constrained that much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think that feeling kind of rubbed off on the whole.
Super, super creative people, I think, all feel that way. Like they're stuck. Like they're stuck in this bubble, and you know, they get stuck on this YouTube rabbit hole of like, oh, you can do your own thing. Oh, you don't have to work a 9 to 5, even though there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, and there's nothing
Right.
wrong with, you know, not doing your own thing. But
I guess that's a better way to put it. It's less to do with location and more to do with like when you hear people say that they don't like your job, is it hard for you not to push your own dreams on them?
yes, very hard. I don't think I successfully do it. I think most of the time when somebody like complains about their job, I'm like, okay, so why are you still doing it?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
it's
That's
easier
how-
said than done.
it's
way easier said than done.
I think that's the core of my question. Is that for me is hard to like handle because it
Mhm.
can upset some people. You know, when you give them advice that's not meant for their personality type.
Hmm. And then they'll pull that card. Well, oh, well, I don't live. This is just an example. Oh, I don't live with Jake Paul. I don't get to choose that. You know,
Right.
like sometimes it
But
comes.
you
it
didn't
comes,
either.
Yeah, yeah, right. Sometimes it comes back at you like that, and you know that's when I would probably just let the conversation die.
Yeah.
But I think about it all the time. Like it'd be super cool to like, you know, be so established and like so on my own feet that like the friends that I care about and the hard workers around me, like they could join in on that
Right.
someday.
Yeah. That's been-
I would honestly say that's probably one of my goals, to like have some type of super established business where like family and friends can, you know, come work there and, you know, have some type of differentiating lifestyle than what they have.
yeah. That's been my goal from day one as
yeah.
well.
But on that note of like Michigan and like being at home, like for me, I just you know, sometimes I'm sitting around and I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It's hard, but you just have to kind of embrace your current situations and more so live in the moment when you're kind of feeling that way, or else I don't know, it's just gonna eat you up inside. And that's
Yeah.
been happening to me a lot recently, especially with COVID. Like
Yeah, that's amplifying everything. But then also being in LA, it's such a different place, man.
totally.
Because it's like a laid back New York, but it's still got so much going on.
Mhm.
Because like it's just every day you wake up and your phone has, if you're lucky, new opportunities,
Yeah.
something that you can work on, names you've heard of that you're gonna go to their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like you're constantly going, just always on the. If you're not working, you're on the lookout for somebody that you can talk to.
And that is what I love about
It's
LA.
great.
And
It's
just
great.
more so generally, like being away from Michigan. I find myself here, like not seeing those opportunities or not working as hard. But when it's just you and a bunch of people around you that all want to do the same thing, it's super easy to just
Yeah.
work. And, you know, being busy especially is like a super good distractor from like thinking about other weird
Yeah.
random things in life, like what's next or what am I going to be doing in a year. You just kind of don't think about that.
Yeah. So I think there's a long way to get to it, but that's the core of the question I asked, is being in that environment and then coming to one that's less driven for the same type of success. I mean, everybody's driven for some type of success,
Yeah.
but it's hard to adapt again and kind of get out of that. Like, well, not everybody is built to be go, 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 go.
Yeah. And I think that go will translate when I'm home at least, and you know, I've been here for a while, it just translates into other like, what can I do right now that's like bigger and better than the norm?
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
that is, like
Yeah. Like, didn't you throw a party and like put a pool in your garage?
yeah. Yeah, I put a pool in the garage and a trampoline. Sorry, mom and dad.
That's so funny.
But
yeah,
that's exactly one of the things. It's just like that weird urge, like, okay, I'm not like grinding super hard on something right now,
Yeah.
and I need to satisfy whatever it is that's like eating me up inside. So okay, we'll throw a trampoline inside the house and a pool in the garage.
Yeah.
It's just like that's like a weird, funny example, I guess. But
It's the
funny you
same
bring that up.
feeling that I definitely have of like, just I need to. I don't want to say stand out because that sounds kind of selfish.
It's not.
But
It's not even stand out.
but
It's just like
I
satisfying
need
your own.
to do something that I've never experienced before.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess is the best way to put it.
And you know, being uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
To kind of try to build up something or, you know, get some type of value. I don't know if the pool thing's like bringing any value, but it's just like that weird urge.
Well, it brought value to everybody at the party. Yeah, that's cool. And like, again, do you think you got that type of mindset and those ideas from living at the Team 10 house? It definitely seems like something Jake would do.
And I think a negative came out of like having those like weird and sudden urges, because when you're not, I don't know, when I'm not doing anything at home, I just like I don't feel good about myself.
You have like withdrawals.
Yeah, withdrawals. That's what it is.
Because it's like a drug to be constantly doing something new. New experiences are like, give you so much dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go a few days without anything new happening or anything surprising or even challenging. And it's like so depressing.
Yeah. And I guess that's why I like being busy, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like helping me 10 years from now, like going golfing probably isn't helping me 10 years from now unless I go into the PGA. But like, just like,
is that a goal of yours?
No. It used to be. I used to be good at golf, really good. Now I'm not. But yeah, just like always being busy